So he took exception to that, called it misadvertising. He says, this is no more beneficial than a paperweight, and put it down on the desk like that. The next week he was fired. Because the groups of people who produce the other deodorant stuff pay him, right, for his research work.
Okay, but we're talking about global consensus here. Global among scientists.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And today we welcome you to the grand debates between Scott and
debate.
It's a habit that's carried on for much generations and will carry on in the future. But each of us, on their left and on the right, have a point of view to express. So today we'll ask some questions. The first question, or issue or topic to discuss, I'll bring before. Lip syncing at the Olympics. I have to ask you, what, Scott, is your belief of the Chinese substituting a pretty young Chinese girl for an ugly Chinese girl in lip syncing?
Who could speak English?
Well, it's not necessarily speaking English, but it's the same thing.
Did you see that?
I know I heard about it. I wouldn't make such a big deal about it. The poor kid probably feels bad if they were to hear that people would disparaging comments because she didn't speak language and understood it just smiling at people. She did her job. Okay. So everybody in China has to do what they told.
What is your opinion?
I have no problem. I don't see what political significance.
What about the Spanish Olympic team making Chinese eyes and
That was I think it's typical of European mentality. It's small-minded. They can't accept the other cultures.
It's European mentality.
I think so.
I'll agree with Scott 100%.
Okay. Now, this is a question that was posed by one of our audience members, and it really comes off. I'm going to express it directly to you. Scott, George Bush,
yes.
Great or greatest American president?
That's a tough one. He's close. He's close. One of the greatest, certainly. It depends what you define a great president as. Somebody who stands up for their founding document and for their culture that they were founded on. I would say he's done a good job protecting the people. Let's say that they got attacked after Bill Clinton was in power for 8 years. Bill Clinton let some radical Islamists develop a plan and test their plan and formulate it all on his watch. And yes, they executed it on George W.'s watch, and he was unfortunate to be the one to be there to pull the pieces together.
How do you feel
about that? I have to say greatest. Absolute greatest.
And why do you define that?
No other president. Maybe not the greatest for his own interests or his own whatever, but no other president actually said the things, done those things that most Americans think, you know what I mean? But
right.
At least he, wasn't keeping it secret. He actually just,
Arabs
are not as valuable in human lives as like Christian Americans. God's on our side, like we have, we have the force of like divine providence behind our political laws. So, this is why lots of Americans think this stuff. They just, they say at least he says it. Yeah, but it's not good for his opposition because it makes it really easy to attack him. So I'd say greatest.
He says what he does and does what he says. Stands behind his values and convictions, unlike some of the European countries who, when NATO put embargoes against Iran, for instance.
Every president has some seen side of them.
France, Germany, Russia decided they're going to buy the black market oil and still support the killing and the corruption and the terrorism.
You guys sound on very similar ground.
I think they're sitting on the wrong side of you.
Okay, here, change topics now.
Leftist discussion.
And I'll put this to you. Rap culture in America.
Yeah.
Do you think that's very reflective of American culture and it's something that should be exported?
That depends what you want to export. If you want to export gang culture and ghetto life, I would imagine that, and the glorification of denigrating women and other people in society, I suppose that would be a perfect example of it.
But do not people make money off of it?
Sure they do. People make money off lots of selling organs that they stole from somebody else, but that doesn't make it right.
Yeah, but it makes for a great song.
Right?
Yeah, but how does selling organs from the same song unite to like selling rap music to people in China?
Well, we're talking about right and wrong. To an extreme.
So, but this whole American mentality, do you feel that this exportation of it is a commodity from the United States?
Well, the world seems to be lapping it up.
So
You
it
see
is an
Asian people
export.
wearing their hats sideways now. Tripping on their pants as they walk down the street.
And it's a good thing.
I suppose if men want to lift their pants just to climb the stairs, that could be.
Better than
I-
skills.
I-
I think it's a great thing. It should be exported. Because rap's role has always been to speak for people and be heard for people who aren't heard. You know what I mean? So it started with blacks in the United States, right? Like in New York. Ghettos of like Reagan's kind of ghettos, like in New York and LA. People who are ignored by the social system and that are really angry and have no other way of speaking. You know, the journalism is pay attention to them.
Really? And they're always, but the journalists always
Absolutely.
counting
So
the
rap
poor man's
music is,
cause.
that's what you see in France right now. France is the second biggest market for rap music in the world. And it's because, bigger than China, bigger than Japan, any of those countries. It's the biggest, it's because of the ghettos, the Arab ghettos. It's for people who have,
So since rap has
Aren't
come out,
being
would you
heard.
say that more people have risen out of poverty and out of gang culture?
work for New York.
Would you say?
Well, I mean, the point is not that, like, the point is just to be heard. The strict, pure point of just like,
So they're really not really
here,
to benefit their
letting
countrymen or their fellow man. It's just that they want to get their own personal message out.
Well, it's to benefit their kind.
And how has it benefited them?
Because at least they know that people know that they're there.
Carolyn, you can't say that.
So it's okay for some. It's okay for some of the people who,
Keep
like
mixing
Snoop Dogg, who make millions of dollars from developing a
Shut the
gang
door, Allie.
culture.
This is what America is, though.
It
We
is.
can either ignore it and erase it, or we can look at it and rap people show.
Well, what do you think
Rap
America?
music, rap music,
I love
Where do you think
rap music
America got
shows
this culture
America,
from?
shows France like what it is.
Where do you think America
Full
got
of
this
ghettos,
culture
full
from?
of gangs. Like, that's what.
You're in front of it's a TV show.
No, I know that.
Mafia,
Are you
the
kidding?
Jewish, the Irish, they're all
I will agree.
My boobs
I
are
will
in the
agree.
way.
But where do the culture of the gang in America today? Where do you think that came from?
Jesus, I play a ton of songs.
I would say it's
Irish
exported
and
from Europe.
Jews.
Exactly, from Europe. Again,
Italians.
Europe is the source of the problem. Right? Where
Europe
did,
is the
why do you
source of
think?
all problems.
Because the people who populated the United States, where did they come from? They didn't come from out of space. They came from Italy, India, Great Britain, Ireland,
Europe?
Asia. I meant to say Asia and Europe.
So you're talking about immigrants then? They fucked up the country.
Well, no, so only the white ones from Europe.
America is like Europe.
The black ones did okay then.
Scott, where are you from?
They improved their life.
Okay,
Where are you
let's
from?
carry on now.
Where are you from?
Scott. Okay, Scott.
Canada?
Next question. Tasers, yes or no?
No.
Tasers, yes or no?
Zap those.
Yeah? Serious?
Well, I mean, you open yourself up to lawsuits. It seems like
No, the tasers.
the police board are fighting a lot of lawsuits right now.
Tasers, yeah, that's what's good though. Tasers are good because you got these cops that line using them, they catch footage and finally they can see this is how cops behave. They've always behaved this way. Now they just have tasers.
Well, is that an advent of video
Owen,
or
just
is it
take
an
your feet off the
advent
table,
of
please.
taser?
Both.
No, it's an advent of culture that you can't touch us. We're the untouchables. We enforce the laws. We deliver our own. We don't have to. Cops for years have been not abiding by the same.
Watch this camera.
Is that what you're saying? What culture did that come from?
Yeah, that's just straight up American
American.
gunslinging Western.
And it's happening in Toronto.
Well, yeah, not to the
How
extent-
gunslinging
You
is
have no
Toronto?
idea. If you think Toronto compares in the least to like Chicago or New York, any American city.
Yeah, but it's relative to where you live. We don't care. How do you compare Toronto
Just
to
like
LA?
that
You ever
culture.
been to LA?
No, let's say that culture. Let's just look at the pure numbers. Chicago has 20 times the gun murders and 20 times the police incidents than Toronto. A city that, like
I guess the
comparable size.
population. Yeah.
No, city of comparable size.